Very happy with this, and I'm happy that I've won the stage. Navigation was good, and we took care of the quad. And now down to cars. Guillermo Spinelli with Yus Haddad in his Mitsubishi ASX race. Ready to start day one. And off he goes. The Brazilian duo opening the roads for the cars on this 2013 Dakar Series. Navigation was crucial for the vehicles here that tried to follow in the trails of the motorcycles and quads on this Ica desert. A solitary Guillermo Spinelli with his Mitsubishi, managing to make a good difference over Francisco Leon from Peru, who was finally second. Almost 15 minutes separated the two after day one. Now let's see how difficult this is from the onboard camera from Guillermo Spinelli. Very difficult navigation. Any small error could mean the end of the race for the Brazilians. Yus Haddad, his navigator, clearly showing the road. And here we have Francisco Leon with Tomás Hirajoka with his Mitsubishi L200. The local Peruvian driver managed to finish in second place, almost 15 minutes behind Guillermo Spinelli. Knowing these dunes, the local driver managed to steer his Mitsubishi as quickly as he could to the end of day one. He was followed by Rodrigo Moreno from Chile with a Toyota Cruiser, who didn't manage to maintain the rhythm of Leon and finished some 25 minutes behind the Peruvian driver. Here we have vehicle 216 from Rodrigo Moreno and Jorge Araya, also slowly navigating these very difficult terrains. And here, vehicle 201, Ramon Ferreiros, the black vehicle in some trouble. The Peruvian driver was not having a good day in this Desafío Inca 2013. And here we see Ramiro Aguirre from Bolivia with his Toyota Hilux, almost turning upside down his vehicle. And here, the end of day one. Spinelli beating Leon by almost 15 minutes. Moreno, Sugobono, and Rocha, the first five. Let's hear what the Brazilian had to say after day one.
It was a good first day for us. It's a new opportunity to develop the car and to training the driver and co-driver for dunes and desert. We did two good stages. The first one is lower, trying to get in the good feeling, and the second one pushing a little bit more.
More action of day two of this Desafío Inca 2013 after the break. And here we are on day two. The sun that finally showed up on this 2013 Desafío Inca. And another competitive day on these Peruvian dunes. Let's look into the map of day 2. Motorcycles and quads had 2 loops, one longer than the other one. The darker one is the second loop, and they started 82 kilometers from Paracas. The cars had a bigger section of 250 kilometers, starting 84 kilometers from the bivouac. But let's see what happened in motorcycles on day 2. The Chilean Claudio Rodriguez getting ready for the start. David Castor as well. Cyril Desprez and Juan Carlos Salvatierra. All the motorcycles getting ready for these 2 loops on day 2. Pablo Quintanilla opening the road as the winner of day 1. And off Cyril Desprez also goes on day 2. That would not be good for the French driver. Making his debut with his new Yamaha after so many years with KTM. Unfortunately, Cyril could not finish day 2 of this Desafío Inca.
I was going quite well, leading the group on the second lap. And 20 kilometers before the finish, I feel that the bike have less power. I wanted to stop to see and to check what's going on, and then I could not start again.
And here we see Pablo Quintanilla leading the pack, although he could not beat David Castor on this day 2. David Castor finally won the stage by more than 4 minutes over the Chilean driver. But anyway, Quintanilla was still ahead of the general classification. Very high speed areas, very difficult dunes, a little bit of fesh, making things more difficult on day 2 for all competitors. David Castor, finally the winner of day 2 and second overall. The immensity of the Ica Desert. David Castor with his Yamaha 450, having a good second day of this Desafío Inca. Claudio Rodriguez from Chile was finally third on day 2 and also kept the same position in the overall positions after 2 days of racing. Following the trails of David Castor, who was leading, and also Eduardo Heinrich from Peru, trying to find his way around the second day of the Dakar Series event. Alejandro Hoyos of Colombia getting stuck there in the dunes. No way out until other competitors like Domingo Fernandez from Spain come in his rescue. This is the Dakar spirit. He stopped, helped him out, and on his way. And here Carlos Velutino from Peru with his KTM, surfing the Peruvian dunes. And here, the overall ranking after day 2. Quintanilla, Castor, Rodriguez, Heinrich, and Felipe Proens, the Chilean driver, in 5th place. Let's hear what David Castor and Pablo Quintanilla had to say after day 2.
Bien, une belle, très
A
belle
very,
journée
very
aujourd'hui.
good day.
J'ai navigué depuis le début, vraiment depuis
I
le
did a
début,
very good
et,
navigation of
et
the
vraiment,
dunes.
je
I am very
me suis
happy,
vraiment appliqué, gardé un bon
and I'm
rythme.
very happy because it was a
J'ai
very,
vraiment
very
adoré,
good
un parcours
stage
magnifique
for
avec
us.
des caps
It was very good
extraordinaires, des
dunes.
dunes superbes.
A beautiful
Vraiment
day.
une belle et spéciale.
It was a very difficult stage today. In the beginning, I was first, so it was very difficult for me. Then David passed me, so I catch him and go across the stage. But it was very difficult because too many sand and first all the way the stage. But I'm very happy for the performance. So now to work in the next day.
And now into day 2 with quads. Ignacio Casale with his Yamaha Raptor getting ready for the second stage of this Desafío Inca 2013. Ready to go. And the rest of the participants that would make it to the end of day 2. 24 quads would manage to navigate these dunes while Ignacio Casale was opening the road for these 2 stages. Very difficult terrain, very difficult dunes, and dangerous ones as well. You can see here how difficult and dangerous they are. A small mistake could mean the end of the road for any of these participants. Ignacio Flores from Peru, who would have a great day, here being followed by the helicopter of the organization of the event. Flores would finally win day 2 over Ignacio Casale and Lucas Bonetto from Argentina, bringing the local crowd, giving them a nice victory on day 2. Casale was still managing the big difference he had, and would still finish in the lead in the overall standings with more than 25 minutes ahead of Flores after day 2. But Flores had his day of glory and beat Casale to the end. Sebastian Halpern also having a good day, finishing 3rd in the overall rankings with his Yamaha Raptor 700. The Argentine driver very carefully navigating these dunes of day 2. Here we see the Argentine driver closely monitoring the other competitors, as we see Lucas Bonetto from Argentina that was finally 4th in his Honda TRX. Great views of these Peruvian desert dunes, motorcycle quads, everybody following each other, trying to get to the end of day 2. Incredible images of these dunes in Peru, while we see now Sandra Riano from Colombia, the only female participant in quads in this Desafío Inca 2013. Unfortunately, she would not have a good day, and she'd had to be rescued by the helicopter from the organization after a small incident on the dunes. End of day 2. Casale over Flores by 25 minutes. Halpern, Bonetto, and La Fuente. Let's hear what Casale had to say after day 2.
Estoy muy contento.
I'm very happy, and especially because I'm still leading the overall leaderboard. We will continue in this manner. We will prepare the quad for tomorrow. This still hasn't finished, and we have to take care of everything and enjoy of this beautiful scenery here in Peru. And now a special feature on board with Lucas Bonetto, the Argentine driver with his Honda TRX, navigating these Peruvian dunes. And now down to the cars. A very long 250-kilometer stage for these vehicles on day 2 of this Desafío Inca. Guillermo Spinelli with his Mitsubishi ASX race. Thumbs up, ready to go. The sun was shining and he was leading the race. Francisco Leon, Rodrigo Moreno, all of them taking to the dunes. The Brazilian utilizing all his Dakar experience here in this Desafío Inca. No problems for him on day 1, no problems on day 2. He would finally win the stage and maintain the #1 position of the leaderboard. Guillermo Spinelli navigating these dunes, trying to find his way around this beautiful scenery in the province of Pisco. What scenery here in Peru. Guillermo Spinelli in the loneliness of the desert, trying to find his way. Followed by Francisco Leon from Peru and Diego Weber, the Peruvian driver that would at the end of the day finish 2nd of the stage and maintain the 3rd position overall in the event. Incredible views of day 2. Francisco Leon with Thomas Hirahoka. The Peruvians managing to finish 3rd on day 2, but still remain in 2nd position in the overall standings. Their local knowledge was fundamental to stay in the front pack of the cars. Diego Weber, that would finally make it to the 2nd place on the stage and 3rd overall after day 2. Trying to slowly navigate Weber, the dunes, trying to make no mistakes. As we see Rodrigo Moreno trying to find his way around the immensity of the Ica Desert. Now we see a few competitors all getting ready. What happened? We're taking pressure out of the tires to be able to climb the dunes, as well as this other navigator working on the tires. If not, it'd be impossible to climb the dunes ahead. And obviously they were right. Ivan Moreno from Colombia starting the climb. And Ramon Ferreiros trying to outmaneuver his competitors, overtaking a few, but boom, finds Carlos Morales stuck in the dunes. And Ivan Moreno comes from behind. 3 vehicles stuck in a very difficult day 2 of this Desafío Inca 2013. 5 cars stuck in the same place. The qualifying after day 2, Spinelli ahead of Leon, Weber